they're investigating the incident.
But it seems like it's like you have a roadmap and FBI not to answer questions. Everyone came here and every question we ask, everything under investigation. It's very clever. You guys brilliant not to answer Congress because everything under investigation, and then when investigation ends, statute of limitation and over, no one gets punished and you continue with this. And this has happened all the time. It seems like your agency should do better than that, investigate something over 3 years. It seems like you should get to some conclusion. But my question is related to these changes under your rule and definition, what is engage in business rule.
Her name is Victoria Spartz. She's a congresswoman from Indiana. And what I have to say is, hey, Ohio politicians, congressmen, senators from Ohio, we want some more of that over here. I've got 5 additional minutes of this bad bitch beating the ever-living crap out of Steve Dettelbach, and I'm going to take my capitalism break right now so I can bring you all 5 minutes of it, unabridged and uninterrupted, and then we'll talk about it. Quick service announcement for all of y'all. We have now 2 discount codes prepped up for you guys over at Mission First Tactical. One is for the all-day everything stuff, everything from their backpacks to their drinkware to the holsters to even the new translucent magazines that they just came out with. Really like the purple ones, by the way. And then a second code that is for everything that is getting ready to go away. That is going to be a rolling list that's going to change with time, but it's going to be like 50 or 60% off in many cases. So you can find all that information over at the affiliates page, and special thanks to Mission First Tactical for making today's video possible. I know what you're thinking, and I'm sorry to inform you that she is already married. You missed your opportunity, but without further ado, Victoria Spartz versus Steve Dettelbach.
My question is related to these changes under your rule and definition, what is engage in business rule. Do you think criminals that want to do something criminal are going to read your 500 pages of definitions? Are they going to read your 500 pages of definition explanations?
I think that, I don't know who will read it, but
or do you think criminals will be doing that?
I think that it will also encourage, as I said at the beginning, hopefully increase compliance with the law among people who
perhaps... You understand that criminals are not going to be reading this, okay? But what is it going to do to law-abiding citizens like Brian Malinowski that potentially was just doing, selling these guns, and I don't know the whole circumstances, but he's dead because he was not probably realizing what you were doing in changes of this rule. So my question is for you is going to be, do you understand how dangerous your definitions have become?
Respectfully, our definitions are based upon the law that Congress passed, and it is based upon our observation and experience in the field.
Your interpretation. So let's just go to your definitions. As a normal American, so I understand your definition.
It's implementation. It's implementing Congress's law.
Okay, how are you going to implement? I want to understand. I am a gun owner. And I'm going to decide occasionally, say, guys, occasionally I can do maybe 100 times, maybe 5 times. You know what? I am not engaged predominantly a profit. That I don't even have time to do a profit. So at which point, as a regular American citizen, so I understand that you are not going to show up, cut off my electricity, show up to my house, and try to storm the house with a bunch of people that you don't even realize what's going on. So I can be in a situation like a lot of other Americans that not even realize that now you're redefining who the dealer is. So I want to get understanding. Summarize me understanding how I can explain to my constituent what it means now and how I am predominantly earn a profit in this. What is really definition of that?
The statute that Congress passed says that if you're engaged in the business of dealing firearms, quote, predominantly for profit, right, that requires a license. There are some exceptions then that Congress has passed, and respectfully, people may not read the statutes either. They should, though, if they're selling firearms. These aren't possessors. These are people who are reselling firearms repetitively for profit. And I don't think it's too much to ask for somebody who is selling firearms repetitively for profit
So what is
to read the
repetitively
law.
means? What is occasional repetitively? If I decide, I have lots of guns and I decided to, I want to replace with something else. I have 50 guns I'm going to sell this year. You just decide that I'm for profit. I don't know, maybe they will be for profit. Definitely no one, was going to sell it at a loss, right? And with your rules, probably prices are keep increasing. So like, I'm going to become a dealer now? I have to be registered in that?
Again, I've tried to explain, and I'll
No, I'm
continue
trying to explain. So what do you do? What is really going to be now your new definition? Because it's so broad.
It's not a new definition. It implements Congress's definition. Congress changed the definition.
And you put 500 pages of explanation. So can you summarize it normally, plain language, and American can understand?
I believe that our positions they're not secret. They're in
Yeah,
court.
but explain
They're filed.
without reading 500 pages that are confusing.
The rule seeks by providing practical, conduct-based things that normal people could.
Yeah,
for
so
instance,
please explain.
One of the things that can result in people, depending on all the circumstances, is you take credit cards for payment. That could be one of the signs that somebody's in business. You read one of the things that might be on the other side.
If I use a little app and then I sell a gun and take a credit card and potentially will be a dealer?
One of the things that might be on the other side is if you're occasionally dealing or gifting to family members. Right, we try to say things on both sides.
My time has expired, but I'll tell you, you put American lives in danger and your ATF life agent in danger by doing this, because you're doing gun control. It is a very clever way to make everyone in dealer have a zero tolerance and exercise gun control and Second Amendment rights. But you put your people in danger and American people. I yield back.
I've watched that video 5 times, and I like it more each time that I watch it. I wasn't even planning on making a video today, but then I stumbled across this gem. And I tell you what, she's absolutely right. And that is precisely the reason, if you listen to the rest of the hearing that I've been suffering through for you, I'll be bringing you more updates from the hearing of what all went down. But that is the reason that the rule is currently being enjoined. Because there is a frivolous and arbitrary, vague description of what constitutes business dealings in firearms. It was vague before the new rule was proposed, and it is way worse now. And I think the embodiment of the fact that they took a couple lines from the legislature and created 500 pages plus of regulation around it embodies the exact sentiment that every single person who has any kind of inkling about maybe moving a firearm here or there is feeling right now. The purpose of this, and she hits it right on the head, the purpose of this is to keep you I don't know if I really want to move that. I sold one a couple months ago. I don't think I should sell another one because, they might just come to my door and kill me at 6 o'clock in the morning like they did Brian Malinowski, which is what this basically at least half of the people in the room wanted to talk about during this hearing. Are a bunch of bad dudes with machine guns dressed like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles going to kick in my door first thing in the morning and shoot me in the head while I'm standing 6 inches from my wife? That's exactly what's going through the head of just about every American that is even considering selling a firearm. It's a chilling effect on the right to keep and bear arms, and part of the right to keep and bear arms is to move those arms around through free trade of their constitutionally protected, lawfully acquired property. That's what people are concerned about, and this kind of thing is a prime example of how government involvement in anything makes it absolutely worse. Whew. The real crime here is, unfortunately, Victoria was born in Ukraine, so that means that she can't run as President of the United States. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed today's video, then sound off in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for tuning into the VSO Gun Channel, and hopefully we'll see you here on another video